I've been consistent in the gym for 7 years, and here's my fitness journey.
So growing up, I was very skinny and very thin, and I struggled gaining weight. I remember in high school, I would eat whatever I wanted and I wouldn't gain any weight at all. And at the time, I didn't care that much about it because I wasn't into fitness or anything. But I vividly remember in college, it was my freshman and sophomore year. I was clubbing and I was drinking and I was depressed and I was going through a lot of mix of emotions, and that's when I noticed that my body was changing. And obviously the older you get, your metabolism isn't the same anymore. I would be on campus and I remember just always eating Panda Express, Chick-fil-A. So my body was changing and I didn't like it at all. I felt like I didn't feel confident anymore. I didn't feel good about myself. And at the time, my mom was actually working out. She was trying to lose weight and she was going to this house, and they had their own garage cardio / Zumba HIIT workouts, and she would always go every single day. And I just remember one day she asked me if I wanted to join her, and I was like, oh gosh, no, exercising and working out is not my thing. I'm not gonna go to that. And she just kept going every day, and I'd be like, dang, she just must really love it. And I remember at that time I would go on social media and I would look up all these fitness influencers, and I'd be like, they look so good, I want to look like that. I want to have abs, I want to be jacked, I want to be strong. And I just didn't feel like I could do that. I didn't feel like I had that drive or that motivation to actually do that. So I just kept doubting myself. I was bringing myself down again. I was clubbing, I was drinking, I was staying up late. One day, I literally was like, you know what, I'll go. I'll check it out, I'll see how it is. And I went and I literally fell in love with it. I fell in love with it. I was obsessed, and I kept going every day with my mom. Literally, I'd be like, all right, I'm ready, let's go today, let's get it. And for me, it was just a relief. I just love the feeling of working out. I love the feeling of feeling good about myself and pushing myself and driving myself. And at that time, I wanted abs. That was my number one goal, was to get abs. And I read somewhere where it's well, if you want abs, you have to eat healthy and you have to eat clean. And it's 90% is in the kitchen and the 10% is in the gym. So I was like, all right, I got to figure out what I need to eat. I did my research and I started eating healthy foods, but at the time I didn't know it, and now I do, is I wasn't eating enough. And I was burning myself out in cardio. I was literally running 2 miles every single day, and I was working out and just not eating enough. And at one point I did end up getting abs and they looked great, but didn't feel healthy, if that makes sense. But anyway, so eventually, after working out with my mom's friend for so long, we decided to get a gym membership because I wanted to push myself more and I wanted to lift weights, just because I couldn't even squat the bar, and I couldn't even do bicep curls with fives. I was so weak and so tiny, it was insane. And so we got a membership at ATC, and I just started, my mom showed me all the machines, and I would only work out legs. I only worked out legs. I never did upper body. I was like, oh, that's too bulky, or oh, I don't want to look like a man. And so I was doing legs every single day to the point where I was just I'm tired. And it's insane because I would work out twice a day. It's so embarrassing. I remember the manager at ATC was like, oh, you're back again. And I was like, yeah, I love it here. So at one point I just got tired of doing legs, and so I started doing upper body. I would go super light on upper body just because I didn't really know 100% what I was doing. I was at ATC for a few months, and then I decided to cancel my membership and go to Esporta, or at the time it was called LA Fitness. I don't know what it's called anymore. I feel like they change their name all the time. And I just remember whenever I got the membership, I was so nervous because the gym was bigger, there were more people there, and like I was still new at the gym. Like I was still new to lifting weights, and like I didn't even know what I was doing. So I was like, oh my gosh, like how am I going to like push myself to go and like what, like I was panicking. I was like, what if I go during rush hour and all the machines are being used and I don't know what to do? Like, so at that time I was like a junior in college and I had an internship, and so I had a choice to either go super early in the morning or go after work. And since I was so new at the gym and I have anxiety, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go early in the morning. I woke up at 4 a.m. every single day for like a year. And I would go to the gym around 5 a.m. And I just remember like always wearing a hat and kind of just like observing people at the gym and kind of seeing like, oh, okay, that's how you work that machine, or okay, that's another workout I can do, or you know, if I want to do biceps and the dumbbells I want are being used, I can go to the cables and do like another bicep movement. So I was kind of just like learning little by little. And guys, at 5 a.m. that's where like all the bodybuilders and all the people who are just trying to go and get it done are there. So that was such a good example for me to use. So I pretty much did that. So after being at that gym for a while, I felt like I needed a personal trainer to push myself, because I felt like I can go heavier on weight, but I was just afraid of, you know, having an injury or like, you know, embarrass myself at the gym. So I hired a personal trainer, and he had his own gym and everything, and so I would work out with him, and he really pushed me to like my limit. Like I was like surprised that I was lifting the amount of weight that I was lifting. And my goal whenever I started working out has always been to be strong. Like if y'all have been following me, I've been lifting some pretty good weight. I'm not even trying to like brag or anything, but I'm really proud of myself because that has been a goal of mine ever since I started. And fast forward with my personal trainer, he introduced me into bodybuilding, and he had, you know, been a coach for other girls that he was training at the time, and he asked if I wanted to, you know, join, and I was like, you know what, yeah, why not? So I decided to join, and I did about 3 shows back to back. And one thing that I learned the hard way was after competing, the reverse dieting was so hard for me, and I didn't even like take it serious. Like I didn't realize what it could actually do to you. People think the hardest part is stepping on stage. Like no, the hardest part is when you get off stage and you have to reverse diet. It took me like a year for me to like get my body back to normal after competing, but that's just like my personal experience. Other people have done great with reverse dieting and all that, and that's good for them, but I struggled just because I really wanted to go back to just eating what I was already eating before. So with my experience with bodybuilding, I had just realized that I don't want to live like my fitness life or hitting cardio all the time. And I pretty much just had to learn like my body, especially because, you know, the older you get, the more your body changes. And so some things that I learned after that is just, you know, if you are craving a burger or a slice of cake, like go and eat it. Literally, like go and eat it. Like it's not gonna screw up your whole process. As long as you're being consistent at the gym and you're consistent with your meals, every now and then like eating whatever you're craving doesn't do anything wrong for you. Another thing that I have learned is I don't check the scales, simply because I feel like it's never accurate, especially if you're trying to lose weight or get lean and you go and check the scale and it's like up, and you start to freak out and panic, when in reality sometimes you're just going up on weight because it's your muscle mass. I don't have to do cardio if I don't enjoy it. And by that I mean you want to do something that you actually enjoy doing. And if, say for instance, you don't enjoy doing a certain workout or you're dreading to do it, don't do it. Like you can always replace it with something else. Another thing that I've learned that I should have made number 1 is I am always consistent with my workouts, which is why I feel like I'm so strong on like some of my lifts that I do. I never change my workouts. I always do the same workouts, and I've been doing them for like 7 years. I kid you not. So do not change your workouts. Do the same ones. You'll probably see progress faster in that way. Alright, and that pretty much sums up this video. Let me know if you guys like this type of content, and if you should go more in depth in anything, I will gladly love to do it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time on my next video.